Hey guys, welcome back to GT Plus. Uh man, it's been a minute. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing, clicking, whatever. GT Plus is all about educating, informing, and entertaining. This time around, uh, this video is on Nigeria. Why Nigeria? Because Nigeria is my fatherland. As I've discovered some months ago, uh, before Corona, in March, I traced my lineage back to Yoruba land, which is Nigeria. With that being said, there's currently some uprising happening over there regarding this S.A.R.S movement, right? So I was very unclear, uninformed about the subject matter, but it's an issue that affects people of African descent. There on the continent, we have issues here in the U.S. There's issues in Jamaica, you know, my place of birth. So all these things happening in all at once. 2020 is a hell of a year. However, I was able to touch base with my brother over there in Yoruba, um, my Yoruba land, Nigeria, to get, to color it a little bit, to give me an idea of what exactly is happening in Nigeria on the continent as it relates to the S.A.R.S protests and some videos that I've seen online of what seems to be protesters being shot, gunfire, just massive confusion and hysteria. It's 5 a.m. in the morning here, where I am, but I was able to speak with my brother in Nigeria, and I wanted to share that little conversation here on GT Plus. So, with no further ado, here's our conversation.
Okay. All right. My name is Joseph Olusegun Daramola, and I am the founder of Adulawa TV. Adulawa TV, it's a brand that promotes dark skin, cultural, and ancestral knowledge. Okay, we make sure that we tell our story as it is. We are on social media as at Adlawa TV, Instagram, YouTube channel, YouTube and Facebook as Adlawa TV. Adlawa means dark skinned, dark brown skin. It's a Yoruba word that means dark brown skin. So anywhere our people are around the world, we make sure that we project our lifestyle.
Obviously, Nigeria is a big country, but so I know there's different regions. But as far as the images that we're getting here in the West, it seems like it's a genocidal event happening. What is S.A.R.S?
Okay. S.A.R.S is a special unit in Nigerian Police Force. The word S.A.R.S, S-A-R-S, is an acronym of Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Okay. So you see, MPF, the Nigerian Police Force, have different kind of units, just like we have it around the world. All police, system have units, a lot of units, in there. Now, S.A.R.S is just one of the units, which is one of the most important units in the system of Nigerian Police Force. Very special units that caters and handle the issue of anti-robbery, etc. So for the past few years now, some of the S.A.R.S officers, they have been harassing people illegally, extorting money from people illegally. They don't, without much verifications. Once they see you dressing well, they harass you. Where are you walking and stuff like that. If you drive cars that's that they felt that you can't own, they can't get the money to buy. They felt so. They don't know you. They just know that you're driving 300 million car, 100 million car. Who are you? They believe that you must be maybe internet fraudsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then even with too much tattoo in your body, they approach you and say, why are you on tattoo? They see tattoo as a form of, thuggery sign, kind of illegal and hoodlum ways of life.
Right.
So, if you have dread on your hair, if you do dread, they see you as somebody that is not responsible, see you as thugs and hoodlums, So if you dress well, even as a young boy, sometimes they harass you, that, how come? Why you did it? So this has been going on for many years.
Okay, so the images that we're seeing shooting in the streets. Some images I see men that are not in uniform. Some images we see men in uniform. What are you experiencing on that side?
I mean, it's a normal thing to see guns around, at this time that we are, you see guns around, people shooting and stuff like that. But what we are saying now is that, you see, um, before you get to this stage, there's been a lot of issues that happens. So maybe you are talking about recent time or recent videos flowing on internet where harm men are shooting at protesters or something, or shooting at hoodlums or something. So yeah, there's a lot of videos out there. Okay, but one thing I want you to note is that it is not all to be trusted. A lot of videos are doctored already, they're edited and stuff like that. Okay, why many also are real. Okay, a lot are real, but we have to know which is who, which is which. As the S.A.R.S shoots on, they shoot on hoodlums. They try as much as possible to fix, to check into hoodlums that are attacking and making use of the protest to carry on their activities. We youth, we came up with the idea of end S.A.R.S protest. Okay, when we came up with end S.A.R.S protest, we make sure that we started peacefully. Every state, every youth in our state came out to express their displeasure that we don't want this S.A.R.S again. This is what they have been doing for us and stuff like that. Everybody's sharing their experiences peacefully. Okay, but at a point, we started realizing that some people, some of the protesters, we're not sure if they're protesters or not, right? They started fighting the protesters, like shooting them, like fighting them, chasing them, trying to chase them away to go inside, like then some of them are going into shops to loot, to loot and the burglars going to shops to take stuff, fighting, going into malls to destroy malls, and that. But we said this is a peaceful protest. We don't know who these people are that just come from nowhere to distract or to disturb or to disrupt the peaceful protest that is ongoing. This is where the confusion comes in, because nobody knows who is who now. Who are the peaceful protesters and who are those people destroying? Because we believe that those people destroying cannot be, they can't be part of the protesters. It's not possible because that was not so few days ago. Everybody is, living, is expressing their opinion on the issue peacefully. But of course, this is a youth thing. It's a youth activity. Everywhere you go in the world where people are protesting, you surely see some people looting. You see some people, trying to take stuff. It's a youth juvenile activities. You see youths, trying to box into shops, using the opportunity to, to rob, to do one or two things, just to, it's a youth thing. So, but there's nowhere in the world where you will see a government that won't interfere when they are saying that some people are trying to, like harass and kill, then steal, rob banks, burn down offices, burn down banks, burn down TV stations, burn down this and that, burn down burn down palaces.
What is the goal for the youngsters that are protesting? What do they want to see the Nigerian government do?
Okay, they want the Nigerian government to end S.A.R.S. First thing, that was the main thing that they are protesting for. End this SARS, please. End it. We wanted to end it. Okay. The Inspector General of Police, they heard their cries. Of course, they heard us. They understand us. They understand our plea. Okay. You want us to end SARS? All right, no problem. We're going to end it. And okay, we now came up with 5 to 5 points, 5 points for them to for them to handle. One of the main points that we put in that 5 to 5 point is end SARS. 1, 2, increase the salary of the Nigerian police force officers, because we got to realize that a lot of them are actually damn paid. They are not paying them as much as they need to be paying them. And that's why you see them on the streets extorting 50 naira from my drivers. Even guys, they talk to, I'll give us something, and guy, how far, and I'll give so they're not living well. If you look at their barracks, it's very, very wretched. There's nothing in their barracks. You can't compare Nigerian barracks to any barrack in Western society. They are it's totally different. It's totally dirty. Nobody is. So these are one of the points that we put in that 5 to 5 that they should try to look into. Increase the salary of these guys now. Increase it, end the SARS. Then those SARS officers that have been able to keep people, we want you to bring them into justice. We want justice for them. Let them know that it is not done that way. Okay. Now, the first thing that the IGP did was to say, okay, we're going to end SARS. But
what's the IGP?
Like I said, IGP, the Inspector General of Police.
Okay.
So they disbanded SARS. They disbanded it. It's normal. They disbanded it and said, okay, they now created a new name for the unit. They call it SWAT. SWAT. They call it SWAT.
Right.
So they create SWAT to replace SARS. And when we asked him that, why do you have to create another one? Like, are you going to deploy those people that that you disbanded from SARS into the same SWAT?
Yeah.
Hey, he said, no, we're not going to do that. Oh, this is what we are going to do. These new SWAT people will be totally intelligently trained. They'll be well trained. They'll be well known. They'll be this and that. We explain to the public that way that they are not the same people that are coming to SWAT. We should get to understand that. Okay. And we said, okay. Then he said it is not possible for him to scrap that unit. No, in fact, he said it's a police code. You don't scrap a unit. You can only reform and reorganize. You don't scrap that unit away, like, okay, we don't want it again. It's not done anywhere in the world, according to him. That is the police code. So it takes time for the change in Nigeria that we want to materialize. And the change starts with us. It starts with us. Now we have a way of protesting. Let's hold that very, 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 very good to express ourselves. But we have to realize that protest is not the solution. I'm telling myself that protest is not the solution. We already explained ourselves to the government that this is what we want. But before hoodlums hijack this opportunity, let's go back to our own household before they hijack it, before they destroy everything, before they destroy a lot of things.
Thank you for your time, my brother.
No problem, bro.
Talk to you
welcome. All right.
All right.
Odabo.